Hi everyone, I'm Dr.D.M.Swamy, working as Assistant Professor in Economics, BJR Government Degree College, Narayanaguda, Hyderabad. Okay. Today, I want to discuss about the non-random sampling method. Non-random sampling method. So here, actually in the previous previous video class, of course we discussed about the random sampling method. Okay, like all these things we discussed, what is random sampling method. Okay, so in this random sampling method, how we are going to select the uh, participants from the through of course lottery method and random number method, how we selected that we discussed, and also we discussed the different type of the random methods, like simple random method and random of number method, like stratified random sampling method, like systematic sampling method, and even also discussed about the what is called cluster sampling method. So in each and every sampling method, of course, we discussed about what are the merits and what are the demerits of these aspects also. Of course, we discussed in the that random method. Okay, so like the random method. Okay, now we will try to discuss what is non-random sampling method. So this non-random sampling method, like a non-probability sampling. Okay, this non-random, what is called okay, non-random. Okay, non-random, what is called sampling is defined as a sampling technique in which the research selects samples based on the subjective judgment of the researchers rather than the random selection. So here there is no random selection. So here the a researcher have the complete what is called clarity and complete control and the complete authority. So the researcher is going to be selected the respondents based on the subjective judgment. So like it is less stagnant method. Okay, it is not a straight way. Okay, here there is a chance for the partiality also. So because the researcher can select the samples or respondents through partiality also, based on the partiality also they can. Okay, this sampling method depends heavily on the expert type of the what is called researchers. Okay, so if the researchers are very experts, they will go for this random sampling method particularly. Okay, it is carried out by the observation, and the researchers use it widely for the qualitative research. Okay, the based on the characters, okay, based on the observation, based on the things what is going happening there. So like it is a qualitative research purpose only we are going to use this non-random sampling method. Okay, so what is qualitative research? So if for example, if we want to know the opinion of the researcher, if we want to know the characteristics of the researcher, if we want to know the what is called features of the researchers, so we have to go for like these type of the methods particularly. So we are following. Okay, this random sampling all the respondents may not have the equal chances in the selection process. Okay, all the respondents, they may not have the equal what is called responses, what we can say. So here in this particular cases, we have the different type of the non-random samplings, like the one of the thing is judgment or purposive sampling. So in this particular case, the researcher is going to select purposely some particular people. Okay, under this method, the choice of the sample items depends on exclusively on the judgment of the investigator. Okay, if the investigator want to select particular people, he can select. Okay, so purposely he can select it. So suppose there are 10 respondents here. We are not at all following any scientific method. Okay, we can select with bias also. Out of the 10 people, so based on our observation, based on the investigator observation, so the particular person, the fourth person or maybe fifth person, so if the investigator thought that the fifth person is suitable to take the information related to that particular research, so immediately, without any scientific method, without any formula, without any lottery method, directly we can ask the particular person, and we can ask the questions related to our that is investigator related aspect, what we can say. Okay, that we can see. So in this one, so that's why the investigator may select the sample exclusively on the purpose based, on the judgment based. Okay, purpose based or what is called a judgment based. So the investigator is going to be selecting on the basis of his own choice. So completely his own choice, he tries to select the best representative of the whole population. So already I told you. So if he think the particular person is suitable, for example, that the teacher want to know the effectiveness teaching of is teaching in the classroom. So this to know the his own teaching effectiveness, you want to take some feedback from the students. So here, but here the student, if the lecturer or teacher will select the students based on the lottery method or based on the some systematic formula which is called a random method, but without any lottery method, without any group, without any stratified, without any systematic manner, simply if he selected only 5 to 6 students for out of the 10 students in the classroom, and the teacher may ask how is the class effectiveness in the teaching. Okay, so that is like that the teacher is have the complete authority, okay, the complete choice, the selection of the representative from the whole population. So that's why since the teacher or the investigator is having the complete choice, the selection of the representatives from the whole population, so it is known as the purposive sampling method, and also known as a deliberate sampling method, because deliberately we are selecting. Okay, deliberately without having any scientific, so directly, so we are going to selecting this sample size of population from the whole population. For example, if a music teacher has to select 5 students from his school for the participation in the inter school competition. Okay, so that is one particular aspect what we can think. Okay, so here this is, so without any scientific method, simply 5 students were selected in the classroom for the music competition for other external competitive exams. Okay, that is known as the judgmental purpose. Because why the teacher selected like that? So here, because the teacher knows the performance of all the students in the classroom, okay, which student is better than the remaining students. So based on his own experiences, the teacher has just choice, and he may selected the suitable the students for the musical competition. Okay, that is here in this particular case we have. But of course here, the teacher cannot use the random sampling method in the case she will use her own judgment to select those five students in the what is called a classroom, what we can say. Okay, what we can say. So that is what we can see in this judgment or okay, purposive sampling method. So in this particular method we have some benefits. Okay, what are the benefits? And we can see that what are the merits and what are the demerits of the judgment sampling method if we see. So first, if we look after the merits of this particular method, this judgment method useful where the personal judgment of the investigator is important. Okay, when the investigator is going for the personal judgment, so this method is very useful. And this judgment method is also important where the small sized sample is to be drawn. Okay, where the small size sample is to be drawn. So if you want to take the large scale of the sample size, this judgment sampling method may not be good. But when we want to only small size the sample size, so for this judgment sampling method is very useful. And the judgment sampling method also useful where the some characteristics are to be observed in detail. That's why I told you, when the teacher is having the complete idea about the students in the classroom, the teacher can effectively selected that sample students for the music competition or for any other competition. So that's why whenever the investigator is having the complete idea about the respondents, about the population, so in that particular time, the investigator can select. Okay, the investigator can select the suitable persons for the investigation, for the research. So then the useful the method will come. So suppose in the classroom, when the teacher want to select for the music competition or for other some competition, if the teacher will go for the random sampling method or letter lottery method and all, so when the teacher is going for the lottery method, sometimes so in that lottery method, so the innocent students may be selected, or but the student which are not having the any knowledge on the particular music may be selected for the competition. Okay, so that problems will be arise. So that's why in that particular cases, the teacher can go this the non-random sampling method, particularly the judgment method. So in this particular method, the teacher can select directly the student which is well known for the subject or subject expert in that particular competition, so can be selected by the teacher. Okay, so this type of some important important were there from this what is called judgment sampling method, what we can say. Of course, along with this merits, there are some demerits also there from this judgment method. Okay, so here since this method is not based on the probability, it does not guarantee accuracy. Okay, there is no guarantee accuracy. The teacher may be biased sometimes. If the teacher is not a neutral, that is the investigator is not a neutral. Okay, So he can select some other respondents. For example, the investigator want to investigate the particular case. Okay, the police people went from the crime area. So there may be automatically there may be two groups are there. One is for groups and another is what is called against groups. So if the investigator purposefully selected the against groups, so he may give wrong information. Okay, that's why. So in that particular case, if the investigator is a neutral, but that is different. But if when the investigator is a biased, okay, when the teacher is a biased, so maybe the teacher is having the some what is called religion feeling or caste feeling or area feeling like that. So the teacher may be selected from his own caste or his own religion or his own area. Sometimes so, even though that student may not be expert. Okay, these type of the things we are going to observe sometimes. So but this is the particular, so that's why. So if the investigator will selected the respondents like that, the result may not be accuracy. Okay, may not be what is called neutral. That is the one of the most important problem what we can see, okay, in this particular method. And the selection of items may be affected by the personal bias or prejudice. So already told you, maybe caste based or religion based or area based, maybe gender based, whatever it may be. Okay, in this particular case, okay, the result will not be accuracy. That is the most important problem. This the non-random sampling method, particularly the judgment or deliberate or what is called what do you call the purposive method, what you can say. Okay, anyway, some other the next non-random sampling method is the quota sampling. Okay, the quota, here it is quota. So this quota method, you will explain that. Under this quota method, the items of the population are subdivided into various groups, and then a quota is fixed. So it is going to be divided different groups. For example, when the investigator want to know the effect on the society, because when the particular policy was taken by the government or private people, that impact may be different in the different peoples. Okay, different in the different peoples. So then the investigator want to know the what is the impact on the government policy in this particular thing. Okay, here see, for example, the government want to introduce English medium in the primary school level. Okay, to know the opinion of the parents, the investigator is trying to take the information from the respondents. So here, if the investigator is a biased, suppose he can select the people who are giving more important for their mother tongues. If the investigator will ask the information, the people who are giving important for mother tongues, so they may give the wrong opinion sometimes. Okay, so because of the love and affection on their mother tongue, so they want to suggest to be continued the schools in their mother tongue only. But here the originally the students or the parents, some majority people, students or parents, they may be interested on to start the English medium. So that's why if the investigator is neutral, if the investigator is very subject expert, so then the investigator is going to divide it. So one group, the people who are giving important for mother tongue. Okay, one group, the people who are giving important for the English medium, and one group, so the people who are giving who are there in the neutral, like three groups are there. So like this, the different groups were divided, and from each and every group some percentage of the people will be selected by the investigator and take the information for the effectiveness of the what is called analysis in this particular cases. But within this given quota, the selection of the sample units depends upon the personal judgment of the investigator. So here, suppose there are 300 respondents are there, 100 from the mother tongue, 100 for English medium, and 100 for neutral. So this 100 from mother tongue, the investigator want to select around 10 people. That 10 people can be selected by the investigator without following any random method. Okay, simply you can select 10 members, so and so, A, B, like Z want like that. So you can select and can take the information this particular method. Okay, so this is a kind of judgment sampling only. So that's why it is also like a judgment sampling only. But here the here issue is the group is dividing, some benefit will be there. Yeah. For example, government was taken on a particular policy. The investigator want to know the impact on the society. So here, then the investigator will be divided into different groups based on the caste or religion. Okay, so OC or SC, ST, BC, women category, like that different groups were available. But here the within the group, anyone can be selected by the investigator. He are having complete choice. But here the when the compared with the judgment method, the quota is it's a little bit better than the judgment method, because so even though the investigator is having the complete choice in the selection within the group, but all the groups representative will be there. For example, the principal of one particular college want to know the teacher's feedback. Okay, teachers feedback about the classes or infrastructure. So if the judgment method nothing but the principal can select any 10 students from the college. The total 10 students may be from the BA group. The total 10 students may be from the BCom group, and total 10 students may be from the science group, maybe will be there. Okay, if the principal is biased. Okay, but even though the principal is biased, if the principal follow the quota sampling method, here the whole college, the students in the whole college divided 3 groups, like BA group, BCom group, and the science group. From each and every group, some people will be selected. So that's why within the group, the principal may have the complete authority, complete choice for the selection. But here the issue is each and every group representative will be there. Okay, that is better than the judgment method. In the judgment method, there may not be representation from the BA. The principal may select only from the science and commerce. But in this particular quota method, the principal is going to be selected. There should be representative from each and every group. That's why this quota method is going to represent all the groups. That is the point here. Okay, so this is a kind of judgment sampling only. For example, in a survey of Reliance Jio network users, the interviewers may be told to interview 100 people living in a certain area. Out of these 100, 60% of the interviewed are to be working people, 30% should be students, and others should be 10. Okay, within these quotas, the interviewer is free to select the people to be interviewed. So out of these 100 people, the 60, that is 60% means 60, so working people. So any working people will be selected by the interview, the investigator. Okay, that is the case what we can see in the what is called quota method. Okay, in this quota method, also we have some the merits, and of course we have some demerits of also from this quota method. So this quota method, the provides satisfactory result if the quotas are allocated objectively. Okay, when the quotas are allocated very objectively, it is very useful. So each part of the population gets representation. So this in the so each and every part of the population, each and every part of the group, there should be representation will be there under this what is called quota method. And satisfactory results are expected. Okay, we can get the good result than the what is called the previous one in this particular method, we can say. Of course, we have some demerits also there from this quota method. This method is subject to personal bias. Again, it will be biased. It will be proves useful only if the interviewers are properly trained. Okay, if the investigator is properly trained, of course, so it will be very useful for the selection method and all what we can say in this particular quota method. And the third method after the judgment method and quota method, the third one is convenience method. Of course, so the investigator is going to select it based on his own convenience. Okay, under this convenience method, while selecting the sample units, the investigator gives special attention to his convenience. Okay, so transport mode he can will be selected, and the way of the responses from the respondents okay can be will be observed in these particular cases. The investigator gives special attention to his own convenience, transport and everything. See, for example, to estimate the average height of an Indian, the investigator belong to Delhi can take convenience sample from the Delhi state only and the estimate the average height of an Indian. This method of selecting the sample is called chunk method. Okay, so because in this convenience method, the investigator will have the complete choice. Okay, the investigator is complete authority, but the total representation may not be there. Total representation may not be there. So that is the thing. Suppose if I am the investigator, I want to know the what is called the COVID-19 effect on the people. To know this one, I selected Hyderabad city because it is very convenient for me. If I selected Adilabad or Khammam, some other area, it is not convenient for me. So it is very difficult for the transport, and coming and going is very difficult, and it is more expensive. So if it is Hyderabad, since I am staying in Hyderabad, I may be selected some areas near to my house, and I may ask, so what is the impact of this COVID-19 on you or your life or your employment or your consumption pattern like that. So since in the city, almost because of this lockdown, because of the work was not there, so most of the people affected from the employment. That's why because of the affected from the employment, he may lost the job or lost the income, his consumption level was decreased. But in the same way, in the village level, this impact may not be, because in the village level, the agriculture sector is the main livelihood. So of course, because of this COVID-19, agriculture sector was not affected, of course. So the agriculture activities are going on. The people who are working in agriculture sector, they did not lost any job. So their consumption may not be decreased. Moreover, when the government was taken some more stimulative policies, the government was started when the welfare schemes. So the government was given some important for the poor people who are living in the rural areas by providing some financial support. So and giving some ration free. So because of this reason, their consumption level may be increased. Okay, so that's why. But even though that all these things is not studied by the investigator. Okay, the investigator was studied only impact on his near his town or near his particular place. So that is the problem. Okay, that is. So that's why the result may not be good here. So for to invest, that is the problem. So only the estimate the average height of the Indian can be taken. Okay, this method is selecting the sample is also called chunk. Just like we are going to take. Okay, it is not having any what is called systematic method and all. So that's why we are going to take the particular aspect in this particular method. Okay, of course, so this method maybe have some merits and demerits like other methods. Okay, this convenience method useful when the universe is not properly defined. Oh, when the population is not properly defined. Universe nothing but here the population. Okay, the population is not properly defined. The area was not properly defined. Okay, the boundary was not properly defined. We can go for this convenience method. According that we can go. Okay, so the economy of time, money and effort. So the time is going to be a saving, the money and effort, everything will be going to be, because the investigator is taking the respondents from his near places only. That's why all these are going to be saving. And at the same time, there are some demerits also from this method. Okay, the sample items may not truly represent the universe. Okay, whatever the represents or whatever the respondents we took from the total population, that may not be truly represent the what is called universe. Okay, that is one problem we can find out. Okay, this particular method and so the results obtained are often less reliable. Whatever the results we are expecting from this convenience sampling, so it is very less reliable. We may not the result may not be accuracy from this method, what we can say. Okay, that is okay, one method. And the one more method, okay, so like in the non-random sampling method, okay, like judgment method, okay, like what is called convenience method, quota method. So there is a what is called another method called snowball sampling method. Okay, snowball sampling method. So the snowball sampling helps researchers find a sample when they are difficult to locate. Okay, when the researcher or investigator is not able to what is called difficult to locate the people, so they are going for the what is called snowball sampling. The researchers use this technique when the sample size is small and not easily available. So here the point is, when the sampling is very small, but that small also not available. Okay, when they're not easily available, so they are going for the snowball sampling method for the research by the what is called investigator. Okay, this sampling system works like the referral program. Okay, whatever we were following the snowball sampling method, okay, it is works like the what is called referral program method. Okay, once the researchers find suitable subjects, he asks them for assistance to seek similar subjects to form a considerably good size of the sample. Okay, good size of the sample. So particularly when the research find the suitable subject for the selection of these representations, so he asked them for the assistance to seek similar subject. Okay, is the investigator can ask the assistants to take the information from these subjects to form a considerably good size sample. Okay, so their assistants are going to be representative here. Their assistants are going to become a what is called they are the respondents, they are the population, they are the samples. Okay, they are going to give the considerably good size of the okay sample. Okay, what we can see in the case of the snowball sampling. Okay, so and the last one in this particular method is consecutive sampling method. Okay, consecutive sampling method is also one of the sampling method. Okay, in the consecutive sampling method, so it is a non-random sampling method, is very similar to convenience sampling. Of course, consecutive sampling method and convenience sampling method almost it is very similar with a slight variation. Almost it is both are same. So there is a what is called little bit variation from these two methods, that is convenience method and consecutive method. Okay, in the consecutive sampling method, the researchers picks a single person is going to be pick up, or a group of sample is going to be pick up, and conducts the research over a period of time and going to be analyze the result, and then moves on to another subject or group if needed. Okay, first the investigator is going to divided the whole population into different groups, and from each and every group he may be selected one single person from that group, or that group will be selected and took the information and will be analyzed the data. And after the analyzing the data, if the data is not a sufficient, the analysis is not a good according his own experience, so then again the researcher is going to going to take the information from another group also, and taking the information from another group also. So in this particular method, so how it is the consecutive method, the sampling method is similar to the convenience method. So it is similar to the convenience method because in this consecutive sampling method also, the investigator is going to divide the total population into different groups. Okay, so that is like a quota method. So but within the group, this investigator is going to select based on his own convenience. His own convenience. That's why it is called the similar to the convenience method. This consecutive sampling method, and the consecutive sampling technique gives the researcher a chance to work with many topics. Okay, in this particular method, okay, the researcher having the chance to work with many topics and fine tune is our research by collecting the results that have vital insights. Okay, that is very important. So it is going to become very the important. So like this, we have the different type of the random sampling method and non-random sampling method. Okay, so particularly in the non-random sampling method, so we have the judgment sampling method and the quota sampling method, and the convenience sampling method, what is called snowball sampling method, and consecutive sampling method. So we have the different methods we can observe in this one. Okay, whenever the researcher, whenever the investigator is going to collect the data, particularly the primary data, so it is primary data only, related to that one only. So primary data, so this primary data can be selected by using the different methods. Okay, so like the random sampling method is one of the important method which is using by the researcher to mobilize the data from the respondents, and non-sampling or non-random sampling method is one of the thing. So here, when the researcher want the quantitative research, he is going for the what is called random sampling method. When the researcher is going for the researchers is going for the research, the qualitative based research. Okay, whenever the person is using the qualitative research purpose, so automatically the investigator is going for this non-random sampling method. So here the investigator is taking the choice, the both random and non-random sampling based on the what type of the research he is expecting, whether qualitative research or quantitative research, or you want to take some you want to follow some particular formula, or just like you want to go with the convenience method. So this is the research, based on the research mentality. This collection of the data will be dependent, and this data will be used for the analysis. That analysis may be through particular testing hypothesis, or particular diagram based method. Okay, diagram based method also. Okay, testing hypothesis, that is one thing. Okay, we will discuss about the testing hypothesis in the later. But here, all this data, after this collection of the data, the researcher, the investigator is going for the what is called he is going to represent this total data in the diagrammatic manner, or in the graph manner, and analyzing the total thing in his own, through his own experience. Okay, that graphic method, or the graph method, or diagrammatic method, of course we can see in the later. So this okay, this is the thing what we can see in this non-random sampling method. Okay.